Hey everybody, welcome to Cheap Comic. It's me, Rob. Hi. Today's episode is number 297, and we're calling it Not for Sale. So, I got some books in that won't be going into the claim sales. So just so you guys know, no claim sales here today. No books in this video will end up in the claim sale. And we're going to start off with this package that I got in the mail from Easy Comic Reader. So, let's give me a second here to get the camera positioned and get this box over here. All right. So, yeah, came home the other day, found this on the stoop. And as soon as I saw the stickers, I was like, oh, that's got to be from Easy. So, yeah, check out the stickers here. He knows I'm a Disney fan and I like Disney comics, and he's got some cool stuff on here. And then this one's my favorite, very retro Mickey Minnie from the 50s or 60s. Very cool. So, and then he sent me a note, which I won't read, but it's on this, he makes those little mini postcard things, and if I ever sent you anything, there's a good chance you got one of them with a note from me on the back, because that's what I tend to use them for. And he sent his note to me on this one, which of course is the Marvel, one of the Marvel covers that they did for Disney's 100th anniversary of the company. And I did buy one of these comics. I think I bought the Incredible Hulk cover. And these were all on issues of Amazing Spider-Man. And of course, they don't have anything to do with Amazing Spider-Man, and that was kind of silly. But this one was neat, but I didn't want to pay today's prices just for a cover. So I'm really happy that he sent this one to me. It's gonna go up on the wall, absolutely. And then he sent me all these other ones too that I can use to send to you guys whenever I send you a package. So we got the Thor versus Venom there, and Hulk. Kind of Hulk. Oh, Hulk's down there. That must be Maestro or somebody. Moon Knight, Black Panther, and the Agents of Wakanda. And some Wolverine, Captain America, Hawkeye, The Thing. Some X-Men. And good old Spidey. And this one's got a mix of characters too. Wolverine, Miss Marvel, Iron Fist, Mr. Fantastic, and Spider-Man. And Wolverine and X-23 and a couple other people in this one. Very cool. And some more Agents of Wakanda with Black Panther. And a little bit of Star Wars. So very cool. Thank you so much, Easy, for those. I'm actually more excited about those than I am for the comic books that he sent. He sent me some comic books to fill in the holes in my new universe collection, which is still nowhere near complete, but this certainly helps it along. Let me zoom in while we're far here. There we go. And turn the light on since we'll be getting into some bags in a moment. He sent DP7, number 3, number 13, Merc, number 3, number 9, and Night Mask, number 3. Heard a lot of good things about this series. Number 4, number 6, number 8, and number 9. So those will go a long ways towards helping me finish that particular set of books. Thank you so much, Easy. Really appreciate that. And then these books I got off of a Whatnot sale, but these were not in they were not in a flat rate box. I had to bid on each one of these individually. You know, I probably overspent a little bit. If I'd realized how much I was spending, I might not have bought them, but I'm really glad I did because most of these are in fantastic condition. A lot of Archies, but there's some other stuff too. There's a few that have some condition issues, but for the most part, man, these are gorgeous books. I got Betty and Veronica, number 211. Yeah, it's got some tears and stuff on this one. Somebody crossed out the 20-cent price and so on and so forth. But I think I paid pretty close to $2 a book for these with the shipping. They were only about, for the most part, I only spent like $1. And then there was a couple that I spent up on. I think there was one I even spent like $6 on, but I'm not sure which one it was. I got caught up in a bidding war and went too high. But I'm really glad I did because these books are amazing. This one is probably one of the poorest in the bunch, and it's in really nice. You know, it's in decent shape too. It's just got a bad spine here, but yeah, because of the price I paid these and how good a condition some of these are in, they're not going to go into the claim sale. They're either in too bad a condition to go into the claim sale, or they're in really, really nice condition, and I want to keep them. We got the Nostalgic Mad, number 4. This one, unfortunately, there's some loose pages here. The cover's off. The page is loose. Looks like it was held together by glue at one point because there's no staple marks or anything in it. Either that or somebody cut it. I'm not sure. It's weird on this end. And it's marked as free, so I think this was like a free insert in one of the Mad specials or something like that. But it reprints number 4 of the original Mad. So very cool. Really happy to have it. But it's seen better days. The pages are all coming off as I turn this. The pages are all breaking off of the spine. So we're not actually going to look through it right now. I got to decide what I'm going to do to fix this. It's crying for tape, but I don't know. Somebody already taped the corners, so maybe I'll go ahead and tape it. But really nice to have that. So. And then we have Archie's Laugh Out Joke Book. This is number 148. Now, a lot of these do have subscription creases in them, but that's about the extent of the damage. There'll be a little nick right here in the center because of the subscription crease. But the pages on most of these are just really, really nice. This one's actually yellowed a little bit, but you'll see as we get into them how white some of these pages are. They're just amazing. And I can't, the guy had this auction listed as Archie's and other stuff, and everybody was basically ignoring his auction. There was maybe 5 people in there when I was getting these, and I lost some of them, and a couple of them that people realized were worth money, they went up pretty high. But I've got 2 in here that are worth some decent money according to the price guides. It's not something I usually look at, but I'll explain how I got into that. We got Blue Ribbon Comics number 10. It is signed with a certificate by Rudy Nebris on the cover right here. And no, by no means mint condition. This is a copy that, you know, he did a signing at a store or something. But very cool. Very, very, very cool. I'm not that into signatures, but just that's just an added bonus for me. I just think it's cool. So, Jughead number 145, 12-cent cover. This is from 1967, and look at how white these pages are. I mean, this looks like it's almost brand new. You know, I do think somebody has pressed these, possibly. They feel abnormally flat to me. But at the same time, these pages are so white, maybe they just never got opened all that much, or maybe it's been in a, you know, storage, either laying flat or pressed in with other books for so long that they became flat. I don't know, but they're very flat. In fact, first thing I did when I opened the box was I went through and counted them all, because I didn't think they were all going to be there. They were so flat that it didn't seem like they were all there. But they were. Got Ghostly Tales number 124. Nice Mike Zeck cover. This is from 1976. And Charlton, of course. It's rare to see cheesecake like this in a Charlton, at least for me. I don't recall ever seeing that much in a Charlton before. And then I wanted to show you this ad in the back that I got a kick out of. Oh, maybe it wasn't in this one. I thought it was in this one. There must be another Charlton in the stack that's got the ad. Okay, so it wasn't in that one. We'll find it. Because I flipped through these and did page counts on all of them. They're all complete except for one. And the reason I did that was because I assumed they were all complete, but the first one that I opened, which is just Bugs Bunny, wasn't complete. So I ended up going through all of them to see if any of them were missing pages or not. This is Archie's Joke Book number 138, 1969. And again, just for the time period, just super white pages. Unfortunately, the top staple on this one's a little bit loose. It's pulled through a couple of the pages and the cover, but I'm just amazed at that these are in this condition and for the price I got them for. I mean, every single one of these books is easily a $10 book at any of my local shops that I know of, just because of the higher grade that they're in for the most part. And this is the one that was missing pages. This is 4-color number 366. Bugs Bunny, Uncle Buckskin comes to town. And so what I did was I went on the internet again and I printed out my own pages. Unfortunately, they're not browned. The scans that I found were all had been whitened up. So they didn't print. I would actually prefer them on this kind of paper where the coloring would match some, but it was not to be. So this one, what they did was it wasn't missing the center fold, it was missing the outer fold inside the cover. So the cover was here, but they had taped the cover onto the inside of the book, and it was missing the last two pages and the first two pages. not counting the covers. So I went in, I printed those out. And at least that way I'll be able to read it. Yeah, hopefully someday I'll find a copy that is complete. Got Tom and Jerry comics. This is Del 10 Center from 1955. And this one's pretty beat up too, obviously. The cover is, I don't know what happened to this cover because it's not brittle like it would appear with all these chunks missing out of it. It seems like the cover would be real brittle, and it's not. So I don't know how it got this badly beat up, but this was, you can see folds in the pages where they was all crumpled up a little bit. So got Tom and Jerry, of course, and Spike and Little Tyke, and Droopy, Flip and Dip, Barney Bear with Fuzzy Wuzzy, Woof the Prairie Dog, Jerry and Tuffy, which is a Christmas story, and another Droopy. So pretty cool. I like it. Kind of trying to decide what to do with the cover. It's in bad enough shape where I should probably laminate it, but it's in good enough shape where I don't quite want to yet. So I probably should just go ahead and do it before it gets any worse. But like I said, it's for some reason it's got all that damage, but it's not actually brittle. So and then we got another Jughead. This one's number 167, 12-cent cover. Again, just great shape except for that subscription fold. Nice white covers, and just amazing condition for how old they are. Most of these. And we're not done yet. We've got Timmy the Timid Ghost. This one's from Charlton too, so this might be the one that had the ad in it. This one is from 1967. It's 1968 cover date. And I know there was a couple ads throughout these that I noticed that I wanted to show you guys that I got a kick out of. And so hopefully it's in this one. I don't think I've ever read Timmy the Timid Ghost, obviously a Casper ripoff. Somebody colored in a bunch of spaces on the puzzle page and did the dot to dots. There we go. Got the school pinup page, but you also have this Charlton house ad. It says, "Buy Charlton Comics, we need the money." And I just thought that was funny. You know, it shows Grand Prix, Billy the Kid, Blue Beetle, Ghosts of Dr. Gray's, Fighting Marines, romantic story. And it's like, if I ever end up somehow get a box of all Charlton that I want to sell, like from Hip Comics or something, I'm going to use this as the thumbnail. Buy Charlton Comics, we need the money. I just thought that was funny. And we got Jughead. Quite a few Jugheads. Nobody was bidding on the Jughead, so I grabbed all the ones that I saw. This is number 150 for 12 cents. They're on a hayride on the cover. You got the subscription cover thing again. And this one's from 67. So I really want to find, I know one of these Archies had an ad that I wanted to show you. That's just pretty much why I'm going through all the Archies. Yeah, I know they're not to everyone's appeal, but oh, there's Jughead advertising Bendix bikes. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize they used the characters like that. And you got a really nice copy of Wacky Adventures of Cracky from Whitman. This one was number 4, 1973. And again, just white pages, man. Just super white. There's just a little bit of coloring around the edge. Just such... I mean, this doesn't look like it had ever been opened almost. And this guy was selling comics from his personal collection. Yeah, I don't know that I don't think that necessarily means he was like the original owner, but he did say they were from his collection. It wasn't like a bulk thing that he bought or anything. So just really cool stuff. We got Laugh number 216, another 12-cent Archie. Just, I mean, look at how pristine this looks compared to any other 12-cent book I've ever come across. These white pages, I didn't even know you could get them in this great a condition without, you know, finding them in a comic shop behind glass for $50 or something. This one's from 1969. Got the Archie's band has a heavy presence. You can get Everything's Archie album, and also on a 8-track cartridge tape. And here it actually lists the lyrics of the Everything's Archie song. Here's a picture of the guy that wrote the song. And so pretty cool that way. And then I'm not sure, there's a little Jinx story. Buy a Archie Groovy stationery kit to write to your pen pals in the Archie columns. Then, no, this one doesn't have the ad I'm looking for either. We'll find it. Walt Disney's Comics and Stories, somebody's original copy that came in a mail order. Mike Harrison from Greenville, South Carolina. Thank you for taking such good care of your books, because this is unbelievably great condition. Nice white pages again. This is 1969. It's always hard to tell on the Comics and Stories issues what number you're looking at. This looks like it's might be 346, I think, because they always list it's volume 29, number 8 or number 10. So yeah, you got a Donald Duck story by Carl Barks, of course. Not sure, but I may have not read this one. It doesn't look familiar right off the bat. Got Gladstone Gander in it, who's one of my favorites. Scamp story. And a story about Daisy's nieces, April, May, and June. And Mickey Mouse in the Sinking City. Definitely haven't read that. So just like I said, this is just a beautiful copy. I'm just floored. We got Archie's Joke Book, number 108, number 12 cents. Archie gives Leroy $1 to leave the room, and Veronica thinks he's getting romantic, and he just wants to play with the kids' racing set. and again, just really, really great condition. I wonder if somebody cleaned these, because I mean, like I said, it seems like they've been flattened, so maybe they've been cleaned. I don't know. They're in really nice shape. And we've got a Gold Key Wacky Witch. This one's a little beat up. Got some spine problems, some coloration problems on the cover. Nice and flat, though. And what's interesting about this one, besides, you know, it being Wacky Witch that nobody's ever heard of, is and they got something called Chester and Jester, too, in here. But yeah, it's got a Mark Jewelers insert, which I thought was funny. Yeah, I could feel that it had some kind of cardboard in the middle when I picked it up. And this is like cardboard. This isn't like slick cover paper. This is like cardstock almost. Yeah, Robin and his merry mice in a story. And I know some people like collect the Mark Jewelers. I just thought it funny that they had one in a Wacky Witch. It seems like an odd match. And we got Life with Archie, number 82. 12 center. Again, beautiful copy. Nice white pages, great cover. This one's from 1969 as well. So they're all right from around the same age. And so you got the Archie's ad again. And here's some more news where they're talking about the Archie TV show and music and that kind of stuff. So they had a big, big promotional push when all that was happening. Here's the ad I wanted to show you. So you can get sideburns, a mustache, or a Van Dyke beard for basically $2 for the mustache, $3 for the sideburns or the Van Dyke, or you can get all of them for $5, and you check off what color you want, and so you can have the look you want when you want it. And I'm just, I mean, I'm picturing you probably get these really, you know, just joke mustaches and stuff, but this isn't presented as joke material. This is presented as a real ad to change your appearance. And what I thought it was funny because it's in an Archie comic. So who are they advertising to? Are they advertising to the girls thinking they'll get it for their guys? I don't know. I just thought it was hilarious. I was like, what the heck is this? I've seen some wacky comic book ads, but I don't think I've ever seen that one before. It was just funny. So, all right, we won't have to go through them all anymore. Then I found the ad I was looking for. So, we got another copy of Wacky Witch and Archie's Joke Book, number 136. Another Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. Same guy, Mike Harrison from Greenville, South Carolina. Beautiful cover, nice white pages. Look at that, man. I just, ugh. Yeah, I'm not parting with these. These are beautiful. So you got Karl Barks reprint again, Scamp again. So it's probably from the same year, about 1969. Advertising, you get Matchbox cars out of some cereals. Saturday morning on ABC from back then. You got Casper, Smokey Bear, Chattanooga Cats, Hot Wheels, Hardy Boys, Skyhawks, Adventures of Gulliver, and Fantastic Voyage. Seen Casper. I'm aware of Chattanooga Cats. Didn't know there was a Smokey the Bear cartoon show, I don't think. Never heard of Hot Wheels or Skyhawks. Hardy Boys I came across a few years ago that they exist. Never seen them. I was looking for information on a Hardy Boys show, and that came up, and I didn't know had ever been a cartoon. This would have been before. I would have been like, if this is 69, I would have been 2 years old, so I wouldn't have really been aware yet of cartoons, I don't think. I do remember seeing some episodes of The Adventures of Gulliver when I was real small. I think they were shown as part of something else that I watched at one point. And Fantastic Voyage I've heard of, but again, never seen. So these were all before, just a little bit before me. And another April, May, and June story. I didn't realize they actually had a series of those. Mickey Mouse, Secret of the Black Box. Another serial that I have yet to read. Interesting art in this one, with the different characters, the more human type characters interacting. Neat. And these are, trust me, these are worth a heck of a lot more than $2. Archie number 194, another great copy of that. Just a little wear on the cover top. And here's a Walt Disney Comics and Stories from even earlier. This was a 12 center from 1967. So this would have been the year I was born. Starts off with Mickey Mouse instead of Donald Duck. That's unusual. The Red Wasp Mystery. Oh, Mickey's decked out as a superhero, the Red Wasp. Take a look at that. Cool. I got Uncle Scrooge story, The Triple Threat. Not a Karl Barks 10-pager. Goofy's Jokes. Scamp 1-pager, probably reprinted from the comic strip. Mickey Mouse, also probably done from the comic strip. Donald and Daisy story. Looks like he meets up with the big bad wolf on Grandma Duck's farm. All right. So that's a little bit different. Instead of them using Karl Barks. Mad Madam Mim story. And finishes up with some Walt Disney's Merry Menagerie panels, which a lot of people don't know about. Excuse me. This was actually a comic strip done by King Features. It was like one comic panel, and it was just about nature, basically, with some kind of funny thing on it. I first discovered these actually when I was working at Disney. One of their in-house magazines for employees had a few of these panels printed on a page, and so that's when I started looking to see what they were, because I'd never heard of them before. So I looked them up on the internet, and that's what they were. They were actually a syndicated comic panel with Disney's name on it, but without Disney characters. It was interesting. A little bit of interesting Disney history. Donald Duck, another one taken from probably the Donald Duck Sunday strip. So yeah, very cool stuff. Great shape, except it's got a really bad subscription crease in it. But other than that, man, just gorgeous, gorgeous copies. Archie number 169. Got a Daffy Duck. Duck hunting season is open, so Daffy has disguised himself as a rabbit. 12 center, this is Daffy Duck number 36 from 1964. And one of the things I found interesting paging through this was the way the titles of the stories were presented, because they're all presented like this throughout the whole issue, which indicates to me that probably the same person did the art throughout. But even the stories that aren't a Daffy Duck story have that title presentation. So, like here's a Tweety and Sylvester, but it still has the same, title layout as the Daffy Ducks do. So, so more than likely the same person did the whole thing, but I'm just guessing. I don't really know. But lots of cool books that are going to go straight into the collection, along with the wonderful books that Easy Comic Reader sent me. And check out Easy Comic Reader's channel. He's doing some great stuff over there. It's amazing. I'll put a link at the end of this video so you guys can subscribe and go over there. Archie's Pals and Gals number 40, Giant Series, square bound, unbelievable condition. Look at this. I mean, square corners, beautiful color. I mean, a little bit of wear on the spine just because it's a spine. I mean, there's no really major spine ticks or anything on it. White pages. And I saw how good it did. This was one of the first ones. I think this was the second one I looked at after the Bugs Bunny. And I was just like, oh, wow. And then I opened it up and I saw that it had a Super Teen story in it. And I was like, I need to look this up and see what it's worth. Because this, to me, I mean, it's an early issue, number 40. And it's in great condition. So I looked it up in mint condition. This isn't quite in mint condition. But in mint condition, this is an $80 book. And so I think this is easily, probably, going by that price, I would say this is easily a $40, $50 price range. If, I was a dealer and that mattered to me. It's like I look it up just to know, not because I'm interested in selling it. So, yeah, I ended up looking up every single one of these basically just to see if there's anything special about it, but this one was, I mean, most of the ones surrounding this issue I think were half that. They were like $40 for mint condition, and this one was $80, and I believe that's because it has the Super Teen story in it with Betty and Archie as Pureheart the Powerful. So very, very cool. Just awesome books that I got in this set, man. Walt Disney Comics and Stories, another early issue. Unfortunately, this one's got some, there's a split on the subscription crease, and it's got some chipping and stuff on it, but got a nice Carl Barks Christmas story in it that I don't think I've ever been aware of. So that'll be fun for me to read, because I do not remember that at all. Got a Gyro Gearloose story with Brer Fox in it. Ludwig von Drake story. So definitely from the 60s. This is from 63, yeah. Um, Little Bad Wolf story, Mickey Mouse story that's not a 3-part serial, and very cool. And they had the back cover that they make into they take a panel from the front and then make it into a pinup on the back. So a lot of times these pages are missing. That one's still there, but again, there's chipping on the back as well. So so that one's seen better days, but still beautiful. I got Pep number 220. Miss Grundy decides to get hip and do stick-on tattoos, and so she uses she slaps everybody's grade on their forehead. So Moose got an F, Archie got a C. Bugs Bunny Dell comic. This one is complete, but again, the spine's pretty rough. This one is Bugs Bunny number 35 from 1954. So very cool. We got Bugs and Porky fighting a witch, it looks like, and this was stuck between the pages. It's not from this comic. I'm gonna hold on to it in case it's from a page in one of these, but I didn't see it missing anywhere. But just in case, centerfold's barely hanging on there. But looks like a lot of fun Bugs Bunny stories in this one. And this is old enough where they actually have the last story continued on the inside and outside of the back cover. So pretty cool. All story pages. Back when the publishers didn't waste any space. Archie's Joke Book number 135. And Mr. Weatherby puts a bandage on Miss Grundy's head because she gets hurt, and the girls think she's getting with it because she's got a bandana on her head. Another Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. This is number 217. Sometimes they put the number on the cover, and a Halloween cover, so that's cool. And I think I paid up for this one because it had the Halloween cover. I think I paid like $2 or $3 for this one to get it. 1958. It's from advertising all the guns you can get. That's cool. And so you got a little bit of a Halloween story, but mostly it's just a excuse for a masquerade play that Donald's in. Scamp, Chip and Dale. It looks like Brer Fox and Brer Bear are in Chip and Dale. Reprints some Donald Duck strips. Got a Tinkerbell text story. Mickey Mouse. The Threat of the Stone Eaters. Oh, this was in the this was in the last Disney Masters book that I showed with the Paul Murray Mickey Mouse serials. This is part of that. So this was I think the first chapter of this story. So I got the original printing of that. That's cool. You got Fresh Up Freddy in the 7-Up ad. Schwinn bike on the back. Old comic overload, man. So many cool comics. Archie number 190, 12-cent cover. Looking good, but it's got like the damage from the spine, from the subscription crease at the top and at the bottom. A little bit of wear here. Beat Up Andy Panda. This one's number 27 from 1954. But look at this art for an Andy Panda story. This is amazing. This looks like, look at the detail on the background and on the sign and the tree, and just amazing artwork on this thing for an Andy Panda story. I mean, this looks like almost like Karl Barks' Donald Duck work for one of his adventure stories. It's so cool. Oh man, I wish somebody would make comics like this again. Take classic cartoon characters and make really awesome adventure stories out of them, like they're still back in the 50s or something. So many awesome stories made back then. Archie number 198. And this one, here we go. This is this one. This is Uncle Scrooge. This is number 22 from 1958. In mint condition, this is a $400 book. As it is now, it's in pretty poor condition. It's got the rolled spine, really bad rolled spine. And that's one of the reasons I think somebody flattened this, but they didn't fix the rolled spine first, unfortunately, because it's very flat. A lot of tears and chipping and stuff going on it. Pages are yellowed somewhat, but not as bad as some. In this condition, it's still worth about $20. And it's got the original printing of Uncle Scrooge and the Golden River by Karl Barks. Classic Karl Barks Uncle Scrooge adventure. And that hasn't been actually reprinted very much. And then it's got it's got a Karl Barks backup story with Gyro Gearloose in it. And this is the original printing. It's all by Karl Barks, and that's why it's expensive. So really lucked out on that one. I don't know what I paid for it, but I just a great deal. Jughead number 171. Another Donald Duck. This one is number 49. Not a Karl Barks issue. This is from 1956. But this looks like, I don't know, it's an adventure story, so it has a kind of a Karl Barks look to it, but it's not Karl Barks. It's probably Tony Strobel. But it is an adventure story, so it's a little bit better than when they got to the gag, just doing the comic stories. I got a Goofy story in the middle, which is unusual, but I think he had a run in there. And then you got a Donald Duck in the back that looks like could be Vic Lockhorn, might be somebody else. Cool. I don't think I've read any of those stories, so that's there was a few adventure stories that people did that wasn't Karl Barks that were pretty good. Just a few of them before they got into the more comic stories. Got Pep number 232. And the reason I don't go through all these Archies is they're all about from the same time period, right around 60s. And you know, they all pretty much have the same ads. I showed you the ads that I thought were the most interesting. So, pet number 213. Got another giant. This is Archie's Pals and Gals. Really beautiful condition. And this one was I think it was around $30, something like that. Little Archie. We'll open that one up. That one was kind of cool. So this one was a giant as well. It's a Little Archie number 42, and he's got his own group, the Little Archies. Instead of the Archies, it's the Little Archies. But it's also got a little. It's not in the greatest of shape. The cover's loose. It's got a tear on the spine. It's got this staple is rusted and coming through some of the, you know, discoloring the pages and stuff. But it's yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's got also has a Little Archie as Little Captain Pureheart. So didn't know they had any Little Archie stories where he was a superhero like he was in the other, you know, Archie superhero stories. Little Jinx, nice pinup of the game, just sitting on the steps, and it just looks like a lot of fun. Just a fun issue. Yeah, the kind of stuff they just don't make anymore, unfortunately. Not many ads in these either. It's mostly all comics. And we got Archie's Joke Book, number 131, 12 center. Jughead, 157, 12 center. Archie's Joke Book, 149, 15 cents. Life with Archie, number 92, 15 cents. Jughead, 139, 12 cents. Archie's Joke Book, number 120. Jughead, 166. Laugh, number 217, 12 cents. Jughead, 161, 12 cents. Laugh, 12 center, number 209. And Jughead, number 168, which was 12 cents. And most of these are in, you know, really nice condition. They'll have a little bit of wear from the subscription crease at the top, and then the cover is just in great shape. The pages are white. It's just, they do look to me like they've been at least pressed and possibly cleaned. I'm not sure, but really, really nice condition books. Just really enjoy these. And yeah, so that's what I got for today. Thanks guys for watching. Thanks Easy for what you sent. I really appreciate it. This is definitely going up on the wall. And tomorrow we're gonna get into Comics Den box number 5 of that 13 box haul. So tune in for that, 12 noon, and we'll see you then. Thanks.